On a summer night in 1995, a ship crossed a patch of sea that glowed for 250 miles. The whole ocean shone milky white, bright enough to see from space. The crew wasn't dreaming. A satellite caught the same glow days later. Something living was lighting up the water. You may have seen a smaller version yourself. You step into dark waves, and every splash flashes cold blue. Your footprints in wet sand glow for a second, then fade. The light is real. It's alive. And parts of it still confuse the people who study it. The blue sparkle in the surf comes from tiny creatures called dinoflagellates. They're smaller than a grain of salt. Millions drift in a single cup of seawater. When the water moves, they flash. A wave, a fish, your hand cutting through the dark. Each one gives off a quick pulse of light and goes dark again. So why would something spend energy just to glow? That question sat unanswered for a long time. One theory says it's a burglar alarm. When a tiny predator tries to eat the creature, it flashes. The flash draws in a bigger predator that eats the attacker. So the little glow becomes a scream for help, written in light. The thing trying to eat you suddenly gets eaten. Here's where it turns strange. That blue surf sparkle is not the same thing that glowed for 250 miles. The surf flashes only when disturbed. Touch it and it lights. Leave it still and it's dark. But the giant milky glow does the opposite. It shines steadily, calmly, for nights on end. No waves needed. The whole sea just softly burns. Sailors have described these milky seas for centuries. A glow so even you could read by it. Ships sailing through a field of pale light with no edge in sight. For a long time, nobody believed them. There were only stories scribbled in old logbooks. Think about the difference. A wave flash lasts a fraction of a second. It's bright, sharp, and gone. The Milky Sea can last for over a week. It doesn't flicker. It doesn't need motion. It's a different kind of light entirely. Scientists now think the milky glow comes from bacteria, not dinoflagellates. Trillions upon trillions of them gathered together. And bacteria don't flash. They glow continuously, once enough of them crowd into one place. A single glowing bacterium is far too dim to see. You'd never notice one. You'd never notice 1,000. But when they reach a certain density, something switches on. They sense each other chemically, and they all light up at once. That's the heart of it. The bacteria are counting themselves. When there are enough of them, the whole colony flips on together like a stadium of lights. Scientists call this quorum sensing. The creatures vote with chemicals, and the light turns on only when the crowd is big enough. So one bacterium is dark. A galaxy of them, packed across hundreds of miles, becomes a glow you can see from orbit. Why would bacteria want to glow at all? One idea is that the light attracts fish. The fish eat the glowing water. Inside the fish gut, the bacteria find a warm, food-rich home. So the glow might be an invitation. A soft light that says, swallow me, carry me somewhere better. But that's still a guess. Nobody has fully proven why a milky sea forms when it does. Here's what most people get wrong. They think all ocean glow is the same blue sparkle from a beach. It isn't. The beach sparkle is animals flashing an alarm. The Milky Sea is bacteria shining in calm, endless numbers. Two different creatures, two different reasons, two different kinds of light. And people assume this glow is rare and random. For the surf sparkle, it happens all over the world, most nights if you know where to look. The Milky Sea is the true rarity. In one stretch of 40 years, satellites confirmed only a handful. For a long time, Milky Seas were almost a myth. A thing lonely sailors swore they saw. Impossible to study because you couldn't predict where one would appear. Then satellites changed everything. Researchers went back through years of night images of the sea. And there they were. Faint pale patches, glowing softly in the dark, exactly where old ship logs said they should be. The sailors have been right all along. In 2019, a Milky Sea lit up near the island of Java. It covered an area bigger than some countries and glowed for over a week. By luck, a private yacht sailed straight through it. The crew scooped up glowing water in a bucket. Their photos matched the satellite perfectly. For the first time, the myth, the satellite, and a jar of glowing sea all lined up. Living proof you could hold in your hands. So the ocean carries two secret lights. One flashes when you touch it. One glows because trillions of tiny lives all agreed at once to shine. The blue sparkle you can chase on a warm night, splashing your feet in the dark. The Milky Sea might glow only a few times in your whole life, somewhere you'll never be. And still, no one fully knows why a Milky Sea forms in one patch of ocean and nowhere else. If this quiet mystery